Hello artists and welcome back to art. What we're going to be working on for your next project is we are going to be doing some blended candy canes. Candy canes are fantastic for practicing blending your colors and showing value. Now, before I even start demoing this project for you, what I do want to say is that if I were you, I would probably watch the whole video through and then you can choose which way works best for you to create these candy canes. Because I'm going to show you a bunch of different ways with a bunch of different supplies. And I know that everyone has different supplies at home, so I'm going to be showing you a few different ways that you can do this. I am starting off with black construction paper. If you have black construction paper, fantastic. You can also use dark blue, purple, if you have like a dark forest green. Nothing light like yellow, red probably won't work. Orange, I wouldn't do it. But if you have like a dark blue, green, or purple, or even brown might even work too if that's what you have. You can give those a try and see how your candy canes work out. When you are using the construction paper, your best bet is going to be using colored pencils. No matter what you are using, white is necessary. Now don't worry if you don't have anything white, if you don't have a white colored pencil, if you don't have a white crayon. No big deal. I am going to show you how to do this on white paper in a little bit, but let's start off with the black construction paper. So black construction paper, blue, purple, green, whatever you're using, you have to use colored pencil. Crayon will not show up on dark colored construction paper. It's just, it needs a little something extra. Oil pastel would work as well. And also chalk pastel. So if you have those and you want to try what I do with the colored pencil with oil or chalk pastels, you are welcome to do that. I'm not going to demo that. I'm just going to show you how to do this with colored pencils on black paper and crayon on white paper. And the colored pencil will also work on white paper as well, but the white paper is for the people who do not have the option of a dark colored paper. Or, you know, white colored pencils and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out my candy canes. Now you're not doing whole candy canes. We want to pretend that we are really zoomed into our candy cane. So speaking of zooming in, I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit more to my paper here so you can really see what I'm doing. Now here's the thing. I'm actually going to draw with my white colored pencil and I can't erase it. I know they make erasable colored pencil. Don't rely on that. If you want to draw with your regular pencil first, then trace over it with the white, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm just going to go for it. So I'm going to create two really up close candy canes. I'm going to have two candy canes on my paper. I'm going to do kind of like the curve that you would see of a candy cane. So I'm just going to kind of create that curve. That curve would probably continue down to here and come back in. And then I'm going to follow my curve back and off the paper. So it's kind of like an up close to the candy cane. And then up here, I could either do another curve or I could think about the straight part of a candy cane. Remember, a candy cane comes up, has a whole straight part, and then has a little curve of the cane on top. So it depends on what you want to show. If you want to do another curve here, that's fine. I'm going to change it up a little bit and I am going to use this top part of my paper to show off just a straight piece of candy cane. Okay, now I'm going to add in the stripes. Now candy cane stripes are on a diagonal, so they're not straight across, but they're kind of curved. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the way I'm holding my pencil. Usually when you're drawing, you're pinching it like the way that you normally hold a pencil. I'm going to change my grip so that I'm kind of holding it like this with my finger at the top. And I am going to start creating this like white scribble. That goes down the middle of my candy cane. your candy canes. So for this candy cane, I've added my white highlight, but I am going to do a pattern of, I'm going to do orange and I'm going to do pink and orange. All right, so my pattern would be pink, orange, pink, orange, pink. Okay, so every other space. So you're going to pick 2 colors per candy cane and you're using white as the highlight color. So we're not doing traditional red and white candy canes. You are going to use the white really only as your highlight color. So I'm going to start here with my orange, filling that in. And you're not going over your white highlight. You're simply filling in the rest of the space. Now here's the thing. I am going this way just to fill in along the edge because I want to make sure it's not sloppy and I don't accidentally go outside. And then I'm going to go up to my white highlight and color that in. So if you guys can kind of see that there. All right, and I am going to fix my white highlight when I'm done, and I may even take a white crayon just to kind of boost it a little bit. So I'm going to do all my oranges. So orange, pink, orange will be in this space. So that is how you would do it on a darker colored construction paper with colored pencil, okay? I am going to go back and fill this in, but I do want to show you guys what to do, and I will show you the final one at the end, but I do want to jump and show you guys what to do if your only option is white drawing paper. All right, so you can see on my white paper, I already drew out my candy canes. It's literally the same instructions as the black paper. We're simply just going to tweak the colors a little bit. For this example, you can use colored pencil again, but I would suggest something a little bit thicker. So I'm going to be using crayons for this. So I definitely need a white crayon, and I'm gonna make this candy cane right here. I'm gonna do kind of a purple and yellow orange pattern. So same directions as before, just the only difference is this time you kind of have to pay attention to what you're doing because unlike the black paper, you can't actually see the white when you're first putting it down, but you do want to put the white down first because it will make the coloring process of the darker colors a little bit better. So I am going to start at the end of my candy cane and just start scribbling down the middle, not going to the edges. Do not go near the edges. All right, again, if you have oil pastels, if you have chalk pastels and you want to try this with that, that can work as well too. Has to be something blendable, and you definitely need white. All right, so I can kind of see it when I tilt my paper that I've got my little bit of white in the middle here. So I'm going to start blending my colors. I'm going to start with my yellow orange. And even though I can't see exactly where my white is, the second that I start coloring and the second that I start moving it in this way, you can tell right away when it hits that white, it immediately starts getting lighter. I want to make sure that I don't go over the middle though. So I'm going to stop when I see that it's hitting the white, and I'm going to jump to the other side of my shape and do the same thing until I see that it hits the white and it automatically gets lighter. And I'm going to leave it because I want that white shine in the middle. That's the challenge with the white paper versus the darker paper, because with the darker paper, you can always add more white to it. With the lighter paper, once you lose the white, you can't really take it away. So you want to be careful with that. So I'm going to go in and fill in my other spaces here. And there it is on the white paper. So again, draw your candy cane, split it into sections, take the white, scribble it along the middle, following the shape of the candy cane. Then you're going to add your colors. Remember, when you're adding your colors, you're not coloring this way. You're coloring in. You're coloring in until you hit the white and you see it change a little bit lighter and you stop. You don't touch the middle. You do that for the whole thing, and then when you're done, take your white crayon again and go over the whole thing, and it'll literally blend it for you. You don't have to worry about how hard you're pressing, how light you're pressing. Literally, the wax and the crayons will blend it for you. And like I said, if you only have colored pencils and you want to try the colored pencil in the white, you can do the same thing with the colored pencils. It's not going to blend as easily as the wax. Like, it's going to be a little bit harder to see exactly where the color is, so you're going to have to be a little bit careful. But you can do the same thing with the colored pencil. Do the white and then blend your colors into it. So whatever you want to do. If you want to make... And here are my 2 completed candy canes. Now, if I wanted to, if you want to, maybe color the background behind these black, if you want to, you could. If you want to add anything in the background, some snowflakes, anything like that. But you could just leave it plain. That would be totally fine. But like I said, figure out what supplies you have at home. You have the option to use darker paper, like I said, black, dark blue, dark green, purple. I would not go any lighter. And definitely on the construction paper, I would only use colored pencils. But if you are on the white paper, you could do this with the colored pencils, or I would suggest crayon. Or if you have oil pastels or chalk pastels and you know how to use those, no matter what you are using, as long as it's blendable, the steps are still the same. And I'll repeat those one more time for you. So draw the candy cane, split it into sections, scribble the white down the middle along the shape of the candy cane, then do your colors coming in from the edges until you hit the white. And then very last step to blend everything together, take your white colored pencil or your white crayon and go over your entire candy cane just to give your colors one more blend. And that's it. Simple, an easy way of blending that is achievable for everybody, no matter what your value and shading skills are like. So I want you to do 2 candy canes. You can do the 2 curves. You could do a curve and a straight piece, whatever you want. And then make sure that you take a picture and send me your finished artwork when you're done so I can see it and give you a grade. And good luck, have fun, and I can't wait to see your completed blended candy canes. And I'll see you guys again next time for art class. Bye!